This is Cecil Bowling, Introduction to Communication, Professor Stephen Vest. I chose the topic of violence in the media. There's been a lot of talk here lately about violence, violent video games, violent music, violent movies, violent TV shows taking place in our culture. And every day we're inundated with violent images that come from the nightly news to video games. Our lives are filled with violence. These images and music and such, they may or may not cause violent behavior. But some modes of media are more likely to cause aggressive behavior than others. Music is a tie to aggressive behavior. There was a study done by the Iowa State University and Texas Department of Human Services, and it was published on the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, Volume 84, Number 5, that found that aggressive music lyrics increases aggressive thoughts and feelings, which might perpetuate aggressive behavior and have long-term effects on the subjects, such as influencing listeners' perceptions of society and contributing to the development of aggressive personalities. So you take a little bit of music, you put a little bit of violence. Now, the thing here is, it doesn't matter what form of music it is. Violence in any musical form has contributed this, from rap to country to rock. Changes a listener's perception of the people around them and their environment. TV violence also promotes violent tendencies in young children. Three things here that may have take place when children are watching violent TV programs. They may be desensitized to pain and suffering around them. Children may be more fearful of the world around them. And number three, children may be more likely to behave aggressively or harmful towards others, according to the American Psychological Association. They also found that the long-term effects of children who watch many hours of violence on TV when in elementary school tend to show higher aggressive behavior when they were in high school in their teenage years. Psychologist L. Roll Huisman and Leonard Enron found when 8-year-olds who watched TV violence were more likely to be arrested and prosecuted for criminal acts as adults. Violent video games have not been proven aggressive behavior in those that played them. They've not shown that there's been aggressive behavior in those that play violent video games. Why? Not enough research has been done at this time. Kids are just now starting to get a hold of these games. Well, not just now, but they're rated M for mature, which means 17, 18-year-olds are supposed to be playing these games and above. But kids are getting a hold of them, and they've not been able to study the long-term effects on children and the young adults who have gotten a hold of these games. Now then, according to Dr. Eugene Berenson in Psychology Today, the U.S. has the highest homicide rate in the world. Plus, we also got a lot of video game players. But the Japanese are also avid video game players and have a homicide rate close to 0. Video games, homicide. So violent behavior, we just don't have that in the same culture from Japan to America. Also, many other comparable nations and cultures have a comparable consumption of video game and violent media, but they also have low homicide rates. This study did find aggressive kids seem to be drawn to aggressive games. So maybe it's not necessarily the types of games these kids are playing or that they're causing it, but that the ones that are already showing signs of aggression are mitigating or migrating towards these games already. So it just may be helpful to influence their behavior. We're surrounded by violence media every day, from music to news to movies and video games. Some of this is causing an uptick in violent behavior among our youth and teenagers and young people, though not all forms of violent media, such as video games, have enough research to prove that they cause aggression. Thank you very much.